I'm here with Peter and Chris, the dynamic duo from Vancouver and noted sketch comedians who are back in Toronto to relive a bit of glory as part of the Best of the Fest weekend. You guys won the Audience Choice Award back in, what was it, December or November?
November.
Yeah, which I think was quite a notable accomplishment given that you didn't have, friends and family here per se. The same way that other people could kind of gather their troops, and you guys did it on pure showmanship. So congrats on that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Too kind. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. So what do you guys have planned for this weekend?
A lot, actually.
Pretty packed. Yeah, we fly back home on Saturday night, and then tonight's a show. Tomorrow night we're doing a show at Lower Ossington, and then we have a show in London on Saturday. At 2. And then yes, we'll drive out for that. Tech at 1, show at 2, and then drive to the airport for 8.
Intense.
So, yeah. Whirlwind.
Tell me a bit about the show you're going to be doing tomorrow night, your full set.
That one is our show that we developed last year at the end of last year's Fringe. We do Victoria and Vancouver. That's the last 2 cities, and they've usually seen all our shows, because they're a year ahead basically in terms of the stuff we write. So we did the show there, and it went pretty well.
Yeah,
really well. And so we just started it's like the show we write that year becomes the show that we kick around for the following year, the year that we do the other cities.
So test it out in the West and then
at home, and then tour it, and then write a new one.
Test in the West. That's what we all say right now.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the show.
It's Hardy Boys type setup, I guess. Sort of. Go into a motel, and the motel manager is the murderer. Tell people that right away.
Yeah.
It's
no alert.
And then from there, it's pretty physical. There's we got a Scooby-Doo, call it dance number or a chase scene in there. Fun to do, and a lot of little vignettes, I guess, strewn together, tied together with Peter and Chris.
Tell me about how you actually got to that style, because when you say, you guys are known as quote-unquote sketch artists, but your pieces are very character-based. You essentially play yourselves or exaggerated versions of yourself, and they're usually long-form narrative. Which is, totally different than what you see at Second City or the Sketchersons or any of those guys. So how did you guys come to that style?
It's our love of transitionless transitions.
Like Mr. Show kind of transitions. And we were trying to do that with our first show. We had written a bunch of sketches.
And the first time we did it, we were trying to do all these different transitions, and then we were trying to make them as smooth as possible. And then in doing that, we just weave each one into the other story. They started to naturally weave together.
Yeah, I think the first show was more sketches separated, and then we would tie them together, and then we're like, well, we're basically playing 2 of the same characters the whole time. Let's just be Peter and Chris in every single sketch. And then we've written 3 shows now, and it's just kind of evolved. We're writing plays now. We're not writing sketches.
Kind of, yeah.
Plays with little moments, sketch moments.
Which I like, because it's like training. It's like we're writing episodes.
Yeah, like episodes of TV episodes.
Do you see yourselves moving into TV?
I'd love to.
Absolutely.
Sure. That would be the dream. Yeah.
Because sketch comedy is great, but it doesn't pay bills.
That is very true.
Yeah. It buys food occasionally. That's pretty cool.
Are you tempted to try to take what you do currently in a live format and expand upon it, commercially speaking? I'm thinking of I think they're called Jan and Jeff, and they just kind of rock Toronto with Potted Potter, and they're from England and have a very similar style, and I think they're off to Broadway. Have you considered kind of making what you guys do? Approaching larger producers?
I think one of the strengths of Peter and Chris is that it's a live act in a way. Like, a lot of stuff, not a lot, but some stuff would definitely change if we turned it into a film and TV thing. I don't know that it would be directly transferable, but I hope this has like a pretty sweet future.
John Doerr? No, never mind.
No.
There may
sign
have
off.
been a Canadian celebrity
we just-
sighting, but like a
We
Canadian
fell
celebrity
completely
sighting,
out of the interview.
turns out it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, I've honestly thought to try and get.
Yeah,
you always
that's
wanna
what I
go
mean, that's
bigger
what I
and
mean.
find what
Although
the next
considering
step
this is a
yeah.
podcast, I mean, we can just roll with it. It's like, oh my God, it's
Cool.
Christopher Plummer just walked by,
Yeah,
followed
there
by
he
Wayne
is.
Gretzky,
He's right there.
and a whole flock of penguins.
Yeah, it's it's I'd love to do more like I don't know, not professional.
No, not
But
professional,
you know what I
but
mean.
large scale. Like,
Yeah,
I
large
guess
scale.
what I'm getting at is that you guys have built up a really solid brand, and there are people who've, like you just said, John Doerr managed to take kind of his stand-up and turn that into a successful TV show.
Sure, yeah.
Granted, like a lot of people will go into straight sitcom, although he's kind of notable because he essentially took what he already does and just applied it to television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I'd love to do that. Just, I think it's at this point, how now? How do we do that?
Yeah, if there are any producers
Yeah,
listening,
listen up, just phone us.
778-389-7350. That could have been a bad idea.
Don't worry, I only have a few psychopaths who read my podcast.
Cool.
Only a few?
Only a few. I know, I'm trying to reach out, but
To more psychopaths? Don't reach out to those people.
no, but they're reliable.
They reach back.
Yeah, we've been, in the last few months, Peter bought a bunch of camera equipment, so we've been filming a bunch of stuff for online purposes.
Yes.
So that'll be soon. Coming to peterandchris.com. Don't go there right now.
Don't go there yet.
It's a garbage website.
You know what? He's being too hard on himself. I'm just talking directly to the phone. He's being too hard on himself. He's done a great job so far.
It's bad.
I'll make sure to post this
Yeah.
in 4 months
Post
when
the
it's
link.
irrelevant,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
website is
The
awesome.
website will be good by then.
Yeah.
In a few weeks.
He'll be on its way to greatness.
I wanted to ask you guys a bit about chemistry. Because
Nope.
that's all right. I won't. Fuck you. It seems that is one of the really strong points of, well, apart from your writing, performance, all that, but really the sense that you guys have been together for long enough that you know each other's styles intimately and just can, I mean, even to the point where when the scene necessitates it, you just take over each other's roles and
we
the
should do
audience
that.
is not lost at all.
We'll do that in the next show.
How do you feel you've built that chemistry? Do you think that you would have been able to achieve that if you had someone else working with you, or do you think that's more a result of purely being together for as long as you have?
Yes and no. I think that it comes. I think there's a science to it. It's not like an art. It's not like, ooh, you have good. I mean, that helps, but I think that you have to actually just do it for a while and just get better at working together. Like, because I have chemistry with other people that I work with. I do shows at Science World with another guy, and those are going really well. We have that kind of natural chemistry or whatever, but it's still very different. It's not the same as because I kind of. It's almost like you've been working with somebody so long, you know where he would take a joke if you said the joke, kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you improv.
I mean,
on
that
it.
being said, when we first started out, I don't think we were ever not on the same page with what we found funny, right?
Yeah.
We find the same things funny, and that's always been the same from the beginning. So
That's fairly important.
Yeah.
When writing a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although we have slightly different styles, I think, though,
Yeah. Sure.
as far as comedy goes.
Compliments
Yeah.
each other, and
Yeah.
then we can always I'll pitch a joke, and he'll raise it and heighten it, and vice versa. Yeah. So.
Tell me a bit about your writing process. How do you start with the kind of the rudimentary ideas and then
Chris
what's
usually
the-
just writes it, and I show up for rehearsal in time.
That's not true at all.
No, I'm always late for rehearsal.
We just sit around a computer and just kind of
I would say, yeah,
pitch
it's
lines at each
yeah.
other, and they're like, "Oh, that was funny," and we'll write that line down.
It's like really slow improv. We really slowly improv the script into place, and then get up and act it out.
But you literally do start with a
Yeah,
very traditional
computer.
writing
Well,
process.
because the thing is-
outline.
Yeah. Because the
And
thing
then-
is, we already, as far as being on the same page, I think we also come from the same page physically. Because when we were training at UVic, we took the same movement classes, so we have the same, language as far as, and then we'll do, a movement piece here, and it'll be, one of these things. And we understand what we're talking about. So we don't need to, figure that out first. We can just write the thing and be like, oh, yeah, we'll do something cool here.
figure
and then we
that-
just
yeah,
say
we
we
do
say
it.
that a lot.
All
Something
the-
cool will go here,
Yeah.
and then we figure that out later.
All the physical stuff we end up, that's the last thing to, we have such a
Yeah.
good idea of what it's going to be, but we don't rehearse it until that's the last thing. And then
Yeah.
that always gets the most rehearsal. Yeah. We'll lightly block it after that.
and then
yeah.
really work the cool movement pieces.
Yeah.
Umbrellas are mandatory, of course.
They are. Yeah. We didn't use them in this one actually. In our
We're using
No, I
them
noticed
tonight,
that,
though.
yeah.
Yeah.
Vancouver is kind of in a somber state at the moment, at least the theater community in Vancouver, with
Right.
the Playhouse closing and things looking a little bit shaky. Do you feel, does that translate into the sketch community as well, or is it kind of insulated, or is it even worse because it's kind of considered the stupid little brother of theater? Not rightfully so, but it is
The
considered.
sketch community is it's so fledgling that it like doesn't really affect it. I don't think. I haven't.
No. The sketch community here is vast, huge compared to Vancouver. Like there's, to name the sketch groups that perform monthly on one hand, really.
Yeah. We probably know all the sketch groups
Yeah.
in Vancouver.
It's improv mostly. But even that, it's really just more underground.
Do you tend to find that that has allowed you to kind of bubble to the top more easily because of the lack of competition, or
Maybe, yeah.
or do you find that
Yeah.
it is also translated into a lack of audiences?
I mean, it didn't hurt, I guess, as far as like.
Yeah, we kind of did our own route into the fringes,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
we're like, and then showed off that we're a sketch group that way to make our.
That's true. We didn't really start in the sketch community and
Yeah.
like.
Because
I don't-
mostly recently
yeah.
branched out into the sketch community
Yeah.
in Vancouver, I feel.
I think that helped us,
The last couple
you know,
years.
bubble. If we did even bubble to the top, we're bubbled to the rest of them. I don't know if there's, I don't know for the top dogs or whatever, but like
No.
our group certainly has come into it with a lot of training, and we've already done 2 or 3 years on the fringe circuit. So it's like we already kind of, we're not. Our first sketch show wasn't a sketch show. We were just figuring everything out for the first time. Like it wasn't our first thing we ever wrote. We'd already been doing it for a bit, so that helped to come out swinging already.
And what's next for you guys?
The big tour.
Big tour this summer for Fringe again. Yeah, I think we're doing 6 cities, which is one more than last year. We usually do 5.
Yeah.
What's the added bonus this year? Bonus city, that
I
is.
guess it would be Edmonton. We've never done Edmonton
Really?
before. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the big
Should
one
be a blast.
apparently.
We're hoping to do well. Yeah, we're hoping it goes well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be Toronto, Montreal, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Calgary, Vancouver.
Great. And for, I guess, people who miss your show tomorrow night, you're going to be bringing that back
That's
That'll
the
be
one.
in
Yep.
Toronto, yeah.
Yeah.
for the Fringe in July.
Exactly.
Not sure what theater yet, but hopefully a nice one and
Yeah.
with room for lots of people.
They're all good, yeah.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for your time.
Hey,
No
thank you,
problem.
man.
Thank you.